Hey, Penny. What do you see in your future?
I see you, but that's about it. Why do you ask?
Well, Reason I asked is because it seems you're fighting Astra, the Nova Visionary. Much like Absa, Astra comes from the Archive Mountains, but her sights were set for the stars. She's an astrologist who can also predict the future. She uses tarot cards, each one being enhanced through the power of the cosmos, allowing her to cast spells and set traps.
Interesting. Wonder if she'll be willing to give a fair prediction if I kick her butt.
It might be hard since she prefers fighting from a distance. Maybe if you close the gap, you could ask her?
I'm seeing somebody in broken chains. Looks like he's got a bit restless. Is he a criminal?
I don't have any background to go off of. However, I do have information on how he fights. The being in front of you is Epinel, and it's probably because he wants to go back to sleep. Epinel is a very interesting case. I have witnesses who all say that he has the ability to manipulate inertia around him, meaning he can mess with physics. Despite how heavy he looks, when in the air, he can actually float around easily. Not to mention, he can turn the ground into floating platforms, perfect for transportation.
I wonder if that's something I could do.
I wouldn't count on it.
Hey, look at that, Forza. A classic musket rifle.
Whoa! Fancy! The soldier wielding that rifle is named Gustav. Not much information is known about him outside of his musket.
Perhaps his story isn't exactly well known.
The only thing we do know is that he's rigged the weapon in a way that almost acts like he's controlling it. Gustav can throw his musket, control where it moves, and even pull himself towards it.
He must be one heck of a zoner.
With that fancy rifle of his, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with you.
Forza, I don't know what this thing is, but I love her.
That looks to be a rare species known as Homo sapien. The one in front of you appears to be wielding a primitive longbow and a hatchet. I wouldn't put my guard down if I were you. It also appears they have a little snake friend. Why don't you ask them for... What are you doing?
I'm calling her over.
I don't think that's going to work.
Forza, a pink-haired girl just jumped out of a portal? What's going on here?
That would be Liz. She's from another dimension outside of ours, and she's been sent here to challenge every champion in Aether.
Interesting. She doesn't look like a fighter.
That's because she isn't. She is much more into music. The reason she's really here is because she ventured into the Asmer Forest, a place where the rules of time and space are turned on their head. The only reason anyone would go into the Asmer Forest would be to get a wish. Her wish is to save her mother.
Oh man, I have to let her beat me, don't I?
It would be the right thing to do.
Hey Forza, something's wrong with Claren. Why is her blade reversed?
That's not the Claren we know, Penny. That Claren is from another timeline. In her timeline, Loxodont won, and there was nobody to help save Claren. However, instead of executing her, Loxodont found her skills useful and decided to make her a cyborg that will fight for him.
So what did that monster call her then?
He calls her Mechlair. With the robotic enhancements, she can now use a plasma orb that not only hurts the opponent, but can also be used for movement.
Thank you for the advice. After I beat this chimera, I'm going after Loxodont. Mark my words. Forza, are you seriously telling me I have to fight Mollo again?
Yes, I am. What's the matter?
Well, with the homemade bombs he uses, his stupid flare gun, I don't think I'll get an opening. I guess you could say he's just bugging me.
Well, with Claren gone, him and rioters needed something to catch the attention of Loxodont. Besides, they needed something to destroy the Loxobots.
Point taken. Any advice?
Just fight fire with fire. You can smack Mollo's bombs back at him, with the exception of his base bombs. Just be careful if he uses another bomb or his gun to detonate stronger ones.
No way. Olympia? I didn't know I was getting a chance to fight her.
Wait, the Amethyst Fist?
Sure looks like it. Quick. I need any info you have on her. I need a strategy to beat her.
Right. Olympia comes from humble beginnings in a town called Pitstate. It's quite secluded from the rest of the world. After training for years, never taking a loss, she was eventually sent out to show the power of her people to the world. Olympia's true strength comes in the form of her gems, which she uses as gauntlets, and can be remotely controlled if she so chooses. Her punches are flashy and brutal. In fact, you can tell the age of her people by looking at their gauntlets. Older users tend to have crystals that may reach up to their shoulders.
Impressive. Do you think my arm will be safe from her blows?
If you play defensively, yes. But knowing you, I'll get started on a new model now. No way! It's Pomme!
Hey, Forza. Try not to get starstruck. I have a battle to win. Remember?
Of course. Pomme is known as the superstar songstress. She's known for her pop hits, her amazing voice, and her temper. While elemental powers aren't very frequent in our timeline, Pomme has the ability to control sound waves and use them to her advantage.
Huh. So a celebrity who uses her talents like a weapon.
I guess you could say that her words can be sharp like daggers. Oh, and Penny?
Yes?
Do you think you can get her autograph for me?
I don't think she'll be willing to give it out, if this really is a fight.
Shame.
Forza, what model is this delivery unit?
I believe that's the rogue prototype, R00. I'm surprised you bumped into them again.
Yeah, not exactly as planned. I wonder what he's delivering.
If he's fighting you, he might be delivering a beating, especially with his powerful thrusters. It would be in your best interest to try and avoid letting R00 get in an advantageous position, because once he has you in his sights, he's going to finish you quick.
Tell me about it. Him and his star? Don't even get me started on his wall.
Yeah, R00 is quite devious.
Hey, Forza? Why is this sandbag blinking?
Penny, you have to be careful! That's Sandbert. Sandbert is one of the most powerful fighters in Aether. Rumors say that he was so strong that even Loxodont wanted his power, so he's been cloning Sandbert for years. However, this one looks like the original.
Something doesn't sit right with me. Why does Sandbert fight? Isn't he, sandbag? Aren't they supposed to stay still?
Actually, he fights to make money for his family. Despite everything, he has a loving wife, 2 kids, and even a pet rock.
A family man, huh? Well, I hope his wife knows how to sew.
Are my eyes deceiving me, or can that cloud talk?
Nope, your eyes are working just fine. Seems there's a snail riding on top of him, too.
Oh, that would be Trummel Alto. Trummel is a detective who comes from a place known as the Merchant Slums. While he's more deadpan serious, Alto is quite musically gifted. He's been known to play the saxophone.
Wait, I just noticed that more clouds are produced when they roll. What's up with that?
That's just Alto's form splitting apart. He can control them all at will, allowing him to rain on your parade from a distance. Be careful though, if you get hit with his saxophone, you're going to hear quite the performance.
Noted. Forza, there's a big walrus in front of me. Her smug aura is really starting to tick me off.
That would be Valkyrie. She's known as the Large Medium.
Large medium? That sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Actually, it has meaning to it. Valkyrie lives in the Ice Barrens and helps guide the spirits of the Harbor Guard into the afterlife. She believes in their ideals and makes sure that they venture to a peaceful rest.
So, a druid of some kind?
Pretty much. However, she can use her powers as a medium to summon weaponry or curse you with a simple touch. She's got plenty of tools as a medium, tools that aren't quite seen anywhere else, so it's going to be up to you to figure out the best counterplay.
I already think I have a rough idea. I'll just punch her.
Good luck.
Forza, who's this robot lady? And why is she so tall?
The questions you seek can be answered.
Wait, who are you? Where's Forza?
I am the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Aigis. And the person you are trying to reach has been put on hold. I will be able to answer your questions in his place.
All right. Aigis, what's a shadow? Why are you even here?
A shadow is the lower part of the psyche every being has. They are suppressed sentient thoughts that are given a physical form. The creatures that come from what your people call the abyss are similar to that of the shadows. However, there are some special individuals who have tamed their shadows, and with it, gained the ability to summon a persona.
Packing quite an encyclopedia. How about yourself? What's your fighting style like?
My main combat abilities lie in my Orgia. By landing attacks on you, I may gain Orgia, then use it to enhance my next attacks. As for weaponry, I am equipped with a variety of firearms and artillery. I can also summon my persona, Palladian, to help me deliver strong attacks.
Ah, talk about mass destruction.
I see you are also a fan of puns. Perhaps you'd like to hear a pun of mine.
I'm so glad we met. Why is this kid blue?
That's because they're from the Dark World. The kid's name is Kris. They're one of the legendary Lighteners, and their party is meant to maintain balance between our world and the world of Dark.
A protector of balance? Why would they hand a kid such power?
Honestly, I don't know, but they seem to manage just fine. When in combat, Kris has access to tension points, or TP for short. They can spend TP to use spells, like ranged projectiles, and making themselves heavier for a short time.
A swordsman and a magician? That's quite the combination.
It's best to parry their attacks, or make sure they can't even hit you. Do that, and you'll have this match in the bag!
Hey, Forza? I don't know if I feel good about beating up a teenage girl.
I don't think she feels the same way, unfortunately for you. That's Kyoko. She's from River City. Apparently where she's from is just one giant fist fight all the time.
Then what is she doing here?
I've heard she's trying to hunt down her boyfriend, Riki.
Hunt down? You mean like take him out?
Yeah, take him out. Maybe to a nice dinner and a movie.
I don't think we're on the same page here. Hey, Forza, who is this punk?
That's Riki, a student at Hanazono High School, and a notorious street brawler. Also, according to Kyoko, he's her boyfriend.
According to Kyoko?
It's a very one-sided relationship. I don't think he even knows who she is. Anyway, he's just a street thug, but don't underestimate him on the battlefield. There's a reason he's called Mach Punch Riki. If he hits you with his comb, he'll deliver a flurry of blows faster than your eye can see.
He thinks he can outperform me. I'd like to see him try. Come here, Pompadour. Let's dance.
I get the feeling that both of you are going home with a black eye.
Hey, Forza. I got this funny-looking skeleton in front of me.
I'm looking him up, hang on. Right. His name is Sans. Sans the skeleton. Right. Well, I've got good news. Intel reports he's only a threat level of 1, both in attack and defense. You might not need to worry. He looks like a joke.
I have a hard time believing that. He's making my skin crawl with a smile like that.
I can't imagine what you're talking about. That's Penny. She's a fist fighter from... Wait, hang on.
Forza, my head hurts.
I'd heard rumors that Loxdont was experimenting with cloning technology, but I never thought it would actually work.
If you define working as making substandard trash copies, then yeah, I guess it works. I mean, look at her. She's already completely off. Her gaze is all over the place. She's not focused. Her balance is all wrong. I could knock her over with a pail of water. What an amateur. I'm almost ashamed to have the same face as this fraud. No need for advice this time, Forza. She's not even good enough to be my fake.